Hey guys, Eclipse14 here, and welcome to my Sega Dreamcast collection. Not much has really changed from the last time I posted this one. Now it's down to 10 games, because I sold one of them off as part of trade credit for something later on. But regardless of that, I still have 10 games, and they're all pretty decent, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get things started. Game number one is, without a doubt, Sonic Adventure. Pretty much the standard for the Sega Dreamcast. I've already completed this game through Sonic Adventure Director's Cut on the GameCube a long time ago. I no longer own the game, but I've played this one a little bit just to see the differences, and it's pretty neat overall. It's a not for resale disc, which is the only copy of anything I have not for resale at this point. And on the other end is a Sonic Adventure 2 trial disc, so I guess that's pretty neat. So yeah, not too much to comment on this one, considering I'd already completed it on a different console. But I had my fun with Director's Cut, and what I played on the Dreamcast was pretty decent as well. Game number two is Sonic Adventure 2. Now, although I've owned Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube and have conquered that thing all the way 100%, I was playing a good chunk of this game just to see the differences, and it's a lot more subtle than the first Sonic Adventure, where basically the graphics kind of look the same, the game kind of plays the same. Some of the notable differences I've seen are mostly in the Chow Garden, but other than that, that's really about it as far as I'm concerned for what I've been able to play through the game. A complete copy of this has been pretty expensive lately. It's just been climbing and climbing over the last couple of years, and now I've seen them over $100. So it has definitely become a very costly game. So it's probably easier just to get the GameCube version because I think that's just about 50 now. Regardless, it's a really good game, and I definitely have had my fun with it. I'd like to be able to get this one 100% complete later on because that would be pretty cool too, because I had a lot of fun with this game. Game number three is Soulcalibur. This is a rather well-known game series that actually didn't start here. It actually started as Soul Blade or Soul Edge, and this is actually the second game in the series. This game I went through pretty quickly, but what do you expect? It's a fighting game. You're kind of meant to go pretty quickly. Complete set overall, and, well, that's really about it. I don't have too much to say about it other than it was pretty enjoyable. So I'll give it that credit, but that's about it, though. Game number four is the King of Fighters Dream Match 1999. Another fighting game I went through pretty quickly and easily, and that's really all I got to comment on this one. I had a lot of exploration on it though, considering the huge amount of characters, but other than that, that's really all I got to say about it. The game has retained its value though, although it's not very expensive. Regularly I'd seen it around $25 to $30, and now it seems to be pushing around $45 to $50. So it has retained its value for a while and hasn't really changed much. So it's probably an easy pickup if you're looking for a good fighting game on the Dreamcast. Game number five is Time Stalkers. This is a quirky little roguelike RPG, a pretty decent one at that, where you're mostly hunting monsters and collecting monsters to fight with you as you try to make sense of a big train crash of events. Complete set. I was actually in the middle of completing this game, and hopefully I'll be able to finish it sometime this year. So, not too much to comment on regardless, because I'm actually currently playing this game, and I've been having some fun with it, so I'm happy. Game number six is Evolution: The World of Sacred Device. I did complete this game last year, but boy oh boy was I a bit disappointed in it because the whole idea of the storyline only exists in like a fifth of the game. The last fifth of the game at that. The rest of it's just one big side quest to try to deal with your debt and nothing else. So yeah, not too impressed with this game, but I did complete it. I had my fun with it, but in the end it just kind of disappointed me, and that's unfortunate because I was expecting something pretty decent. Game number seven is Evolution 2 Far Off Promise. This game, I was actually trying to finish it, and I was so close. Literally right at the final boss of the game when my Dreamcast decided to not play games anymore. Oh boy. What a brutal curse. Anyway, it is a complete set, and yeah, I'm just freaking annoyed at the fact that I was right at the end and could have finished the game, and then the Dreamcast just decides to die. Definitely very annoying in my case, but what can be done? Complete copy of this is generally around $50 to $55. I've seen them hitting 60 at some spots, so it is a little pricey, and actually a bit better than the first game. So I'm pretty happy with that. I just wish I could finish the game before my Dreamcast decided to die off. Game number 8 is sort of the Berserk Guts Rage. This game I did complete, but a little bit disappointed at its shortness. It just felt really quick, but it was still a very enjoyable game regardless. Definitely one I had been looking for a while, and when I finally got it and played it, it was actually pretty enjoyable. It was just short. Complete copy of this runs around $70 to $75. I've seen them hit 80 at times as well, and it might end up pushing a little bit higher at some spots. But regardless, it is a pretty good little action game. My only real complaint with it is just the shortness, and that's about it. It is awesome regardless. Game number 9 is bangio. This is my only Sega console game that is in online order. My ninth overall in this series, and it was only 35 bucks when I got it at the time. I knew it was difficult to find. I couldn't find a thing at all. I finally found a wild copy just a couple months ago, and regardless, it's still a very pricey game and a very difficult game to find at that. At least in my case. This game is a complete acid trip, though. I have yet to finish the game, but there's so much crazy stuff going on, and a lot of the humor in it is just it's just a complete acid trip. This game is very entertaining. The only problem is, yeah, it's a pretty rare game and a very costly one too. I've seen complete copies around $120 to $125, and they used to be even worse, well up into the 160 mark just in the summer of 2021. So it is a pretty expensive game, but one that is very entertaining in all levels. I definitely enjoy it. And my last game, number 10, goes to Skies of Arcadia. This game was a pretty good trip. I had completed all of Disc 1 and was just starting Disc 2, and by that I mean I just played the game for like 5 minutes and saved it just so I didn't have to go through the transition again before my Dreamcast decided to crap out. Definitely had my fun with it over the course of that period and would love to try to finish this game sometime this year. So definitely had my experience with it. Disc 1 was pretty good. Disc 2 looks pretty good. And I'm happy with that. I had the chance to get Skies of Arcadia Legends a couple years ago, but I missed the opportunity because I was just a few dollars short. And now that game is also pretty pricey. Same thing for the Dreamcast though. Back when I got it, average was around 80 bucks. Nowadays it's around 150 to 160, and I think in the summer of 2021, it may have pushed 200 in some instances, if not pretty close to that. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy I was able to get on this train when I did, because I had a pretty good experience with the game, at least in the form of Disc 1, and would really love to finish this game this year. And that will do it for my Sega Dreamcast collection, which covers all of my Sega consoles up to this point. So what remains now is my Sony PlayStation stuff in the form of the PS1, PS2, and PSP. PS1 is going to suck because I have a massive amount of games for that one, far more than the second most I own for a system. And yeah, I'm going to have quite a bit of time trying to figure out how to cover that one. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed my Dreamcast collection. Hope you'll see my PlayStation stuff. But until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.